Well, on a day like today, you can really feel that the seasons are changing, and in that light, I thought today would be a good day to pull the bulls out of the main cow herd and put them here in the little corral and the little field until we get the calves weaned. I've got several reasons for wanting to do this. For one, I'd like to take a little bit of pressure off of the grass because, as you can see, the weather is changing and the grass is going to start slowing down. And while it may only be 2 mouths, bulls tend to eat a lot. This should also help prevent any accidental breedings of young calves. And if you've followed the channel for a while, you know that that's an issue that we've had to deal with from time to time. And in addition to all of that, it'll help tighten up my calving season. Right now, I figure the boys have been out there for about 80 days. And if any of those cows are not bred by this point, then what that means is that their calves are going to be significantly smaller than the cows' calves that bred on time. So when it does come time to take these calves to the sale, we'll have kind of a mishmash group, which is not ideal for selling purposes. Really what you want is a large group of uniform calves. That's what's most attractive to the buyers, and that's how you get top dollar. Got a couple little things to do in the pen here before I bring the boys in. The first one being I want to get this gate fixed. This has been off the hinges for a while because this top pin is messed up, and just got to do a few little things to kind of get that back in service. And then I want to get their back rubber back up. Somebody knocked it down. It honestly probably was one of them. And then lastly, after we get them separated off of the main herd, I'd like to run them over the scale and just see how much they weigh for my own curiosity. It's always nice to see how they fared through breeding season. The last couple years, they've always gained weight, but they were still growing. So I'm kind of wondering where they're at now. So we got a lot to do today. We better get started. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. That wood's not cracking, it's not tight enough. All things considered, the gate's swinging pretty good, although I do see one point of interference here on the top hinge. This bolt, for some reason now, is hitting this board. And that means that the gate won't open all the way against this fence, which is kind of a problem because usually what I do is just open it all the way to the fence and then tie it there so that, like, when I wean the calves, they can't get in here, which I know what you're thinking. Why would they want to do that? That's the same thing I think, but they do. Anyway, I don't have a grinder here with me, but I do have this, and this isn't really the way I want to cut that bolt, but it's faster to just do it this way than go home and get the grinder. I'll just smash the end down so there's nothing sharp here, but then also it'll mangle this thread a little bit so that this nut can't back off, hopefully. Something like that. There we go. Such a simple fix, but it is one of those jobs that for whatever reason took me like a year to get around to doing. So now it's done. For how long is anyone's guess. This gate is in pretty bad shape. This entire fence line, as a matter of fact, is one of those temporary setups that has ended up being up a lot longer than originally intended. You can see the gate's all rotted out on the bottom. In fact, this main side, the hinge side of the gate, is totally disconnected down here at the bottom. And really, this just all needs to be replaced, and that's why I'm not getting too carried away trying to spruce this up real nice and put like a new gate on it and all that. It's just because I'm hoping maybe within the next year that I have time and resources to tear this down and rebuild it the way that I want it. So for now, a Band-Aid fix is good enough. So I had this tied up with hay twine and it looks like it just didn't hold up. So we'll try to do something a little better. Yes, I could go buy some proper rope or cable or what have you, but you know, I've got a ton of hay twine and it's all free. So I think what I'm gonna do is take 3 twines, double them over, braid them together, and use that as like a homemade rope, and we'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, probably better time lapse this. This is gonna take forever. That didn't actually take that long, so that's 6 strands thick. I mean, you ought to be able to pull a truck out of the mud with this thing. I think that'll be good. It is kind of low, but they've used this before, so I don't think they're gonna hesitate to, you know, get their heads under there and go in and out as they please. Guess I may as well get this salt block out of the dirt for these guys. And I'd like to put it in here. Oh, I've actually got a block in here, but it's covered in manure. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be eating that either. That'll be better. And then, of course, we don't want to forget to actually charge the back rubber. Ironically, there's a bunch of flies sitting on it. So hopefully you can see up here on this end, it's just drinking it right up. None of this is dripping out on the ground. It's just all getting absorbed into the rubber. And it should, like I say, migrate down to the middle on its own. Well, I was over here cleaning out under the scale and I wasn't filming it because, you know, who wants to see that? And the cows started coming up to get a drink. Little boy is already in the corral and Rivet's on his way. So I'm just gonna kind of keep an eye on him. When he comes in, I'll close the gate and then that'll make life a little bit easier for me. I mean, Rivet's standing right next to this gate that'll put him back in here. I gotta try this. There's no way it's gonna be this easy. What I hope he does, and he might do it, is go start working on that bale that's sitting in the feeder there. Somebody needs to eat that. Well, I guess that's what you call low stress handling, huh? Now, if little boy would just walk up here, we'd really have it made, wouldn't we? Somehow, I suspect we won't be that lucky. Well, everyone's in here now. I think I'll just close this gate, let Rivet work on that bale for a little while, and then I would like to put a hot wire up in the little pasture where the bulls are going, just for fear that that barbed wire fence may not be quite enough to keep them separated. I was setting the reel down while I was still rolling to come back and grab the camera, and I ended up running over it. And it made a big popping sound. But it actually looks like it's all right. Oh, that broke. Maybe that's what I heard. Well, if that's not a good endorsement for Gallagher reels, I don't know what is. You can run over it with a side-by-side and it still works. $10 kilovolts. That'll be good for bulls. Well, Rivet's starting to get a little antsy being in the pen here by himself, so I think what I'll do, we'll just run him over the scale by himself and put him out in the little field where he's going. This might actually be the smarter way to do things, because anytime you get bulls together like this and try to push them through a corral, they usually just want to fight with each other. So maybe running these guys through separately is the way to go. Why are you being that way? Well, there's little boy. I don't know what got into him. He's all wound up now. I have to tell you, Rivet is acting, I haven't really seen him act this way before, and he's making me a little bit nervous. So I am going to leave this gate unlatched in case I need a quick escape. I can just push this open and hopefully slip in here. Okay, come on, let's get up. Go. And what do we got here? 2,124 pounds. So his current gain is about, well, it's 0.97 pounds per day, which means he's been, let's just call it 1 pound per day since the last time I weighed him, which would have been prior to turning them out to breed, I think. I'll have to go back and make sure that that is when I weighed him last. But still, he's been gaining weight through breeding season. That's good. You know, I'm looking over there and little boy is standing right next to that gate that Rivet came in. I wonder if we could get him to do the same thing. I could walk him around into the tub and then let Rivet out, and that should avoid any sort of fence line fighting, which is what I think they're trying to do right now. Just saying, I don't want no part of this. You're doing it right. Just do it. Shh. And drum roll, 2,096 pounds. Says he's been gaining 1.85 pounds per day. That almost doesn't seem right, but hey, the scale doesn't lie. Every time I weigh these two, I think that little boy is maybe gonna pass Rivet, but Rivet always just squeaks by with, like, it's usually less than 100 pounds, just like it was today. I think one day little boy will get him. I don't really expect Rivet to get much bigger than what he is, but little boy might. Only basing that off the fact that his sire was gigantic and his mother is not what I would call a small cow. As long as you keep making the babies, I don't care what you weigh, buddy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. See? Got a new spot you can go. Come on. You know, they always want to stop and eat these nasty weeds. There's no way those taste good. But you guys always want to eat them. Well, what do you think? They've been apart for about 10 minutes. Do you think they're going to have to reestablish who the man is? His friends again. Ready to chill again. You just want to scratch. Okay. He does like his ears to be scratched. They probably have enough grass out there to exist on, but I'm going to go ahead and drop a bale in the feeder here because with bulls, when they're not with cows, I feel like the best thing you can do is keep their bellies full. Don't let them get bored. But before we do that, I guess we better let these cows back out. They're kind of standing up here by the gate like they're ready to go. I guess they're probably not all that hungry. I was curious to see what they would think of the pasture grass hay, but I guess it'll be pretty obvious tomorrow. Well, the boys seem content enough where they're at, and more importantly, they are respecting the boundaries that I set for them, and they're not acting like they're gonna try to push through or anything like that. I would say if they make it through the night staying where I want them to stay, that we're pretty much safe and they are gonna stay there. So I guess we'll call it another job checked off the list. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.